Worcester, Massachusetts is the third largest city in New England. 150,000 people live here, but most of the poor and the black people live in one section. Our once gracious homes were falling victim to disregard and disrepair. Nobody was doing anything about it. This film is about a company that did do something about it.
Ran the coast, landed on banana boats, a strand of folks on plan approach, moving hand in hand like damaged coat. Landed coats of a frantic notes, seduced like romantic jokes. Your queen and kiss the ring on a hand that rope. This antidote, we can't elope. I move in stealth, no candy coat. Feed my family hope, then clean the grime up like handy soap. And fuck a fancy cloak, if I'm seen, I'm in a black hoodie, serving hip-hop fiends like snack goodies. A rap bully, if you're whack, don't act, just know it's packed fully, motherfucker. These other suckers get cooked in the beef like smothered butter. Another udder from the weak, the rhyme cutter like a cutter on the cheek. It's for my brothers living gutter in the streets, peace. It's time to build, unite like police behind the shield and fights. Real advice, picked up the still device that healed this life, skill precise. Study lessons to make them feel the light. Our blessings are in sight, despite the glory of the Bill of Rights. We gon' rule like the great Khan, bring light to the poor. I'm Akon, fighting a war against napalm, slicing with swords in each one of my 8 arms while I stay calm. A dawn built like a bomb. Giankno never make the same songs. Game on.
Allow me to demonstrate the skill. Bringing them down. Classes in session. Make way, this here rock call. Everything I say, I feel is real. Here we go.
As his confidence builds, he is oblivious to what lurks beneath the surface.
To license it?
I will not be distracted from this anymore. I won't. It will take more than head games to stop me.
I gave you a grace, I let you live. I let the devil live on this planet, man, for the longest. And here he comes.
NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory listens to the sun. The sound it picks up is too deep for humans to hear. But if you speed up 40 days recording into a few seconds, this is what you get.
The truth is I give too much. The truth is I don't live enough. Excuses, I gotta give them up one day. Word up. One day it'll make sense. All the cakes back thinking about a great back vested into equipment. Before I pay rent, fuck living in fear. I deal with eviction with a statement. If I ever have to live under a bridge on the pavement, I set it up with a booth. I'll be like Tigger in the basement. Freestyling, making beats, hustling blocks for cake to eat. Looking like the castaway, you can tell I ain't shaved in weeks. More than devoted, just ask those around me. Jeopardize equality just to show it off proudly. Get my blood, sweat and tears, and won't even give it a brownie. Like it's too much to spread love, hate infested like bed bugs. Well, I guess it's the effect of what Jafet does. I'm focused on the art, I ain't worried who got the best buzz. Hard to remain passionate after the accident. Used to spit it so smooth, had people asking where the accent went. The truth is I give too much. The truth is, I'm living enough. Excuses, I gotta give them up one day. Word up,
The truth is I give too much. The truth is I ain't living enough. Excuses, I gotta give them up one day,
One day it'll make sense. All the days spent working without a pay cent. Invested in kicking lyrics ever since I could remember. Dedicated my spirit like the Christians in December. Our thing is forever, regardless of the weather. If we reap what we sow, we'll share the harvest together. I've been artist for the pleasure, who targets markets for treasure. But the truth is I'ma do it even if the world remain clueless. Pain music might blow up like flame fluid. Game stupid, ball like Braun put his brain to it. Became a leader, stopped following those around me. Won't jeopardize the gift, I use it to lift them proudly. I represent this loudly, nobody could ever clown me. I give my all to the shit and you could put me where you found me. Some say I wasted enough time, others rush to the front like the fat boy at the lunch line. Now I'm here for what's once mine. The truth is I ain't giving up. Every day now I'm living it up. Excuses, I've been giving them up. One by one, now outdone by none.
The truth is I give too much. The truth is I ain't living enough. Excuses, I gotta give them up one day,
What would you like people to think about you when you've gone?
I'd like for them to say he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met.
Jafet, born in 1992, raised in GBV. What's the message where I'm from? That's the 508. Like the suburbs and the slums, still I 5 holes wait. This is the story of a legend who started rapping at 7. Ever since a shorty was stepping, revving my engine. The righteous rebel on like Othello, despite the devil. I apply and settle, spent my life to incite the ghetto. So ride the wave, high praise for brighter days. Live with a purpose, be brave and not afraid. Life on the surface is vague, they plot a plague. They lock us up in a cage in a lot of ways. My words a picture like movies based on a true story. Represent the glory of a place that will move for me. South side, west side, east side, we ride. Dedicated to the lovely place I reside. I am. You are. We are. Hey yo, warriors, champions, victorious. It's all of us for the city and hills. Who else really this real? Spit it from the soul, my flow, give me the chills. For big willies and all the biddies and hills. And all the kiddies, y'all know the ditty, let's build. I am. Jafet, no need to CID, I'm B.I.G. Whether posted by the corner store, VIP. I never change, I'll be the same until I D.I.E. This is the story of a legend who started rapping at 7. Chose a microphone over packing the Mac 11. Did it for my brethren, accepting the track to heaven. Now I'm God in the flesh and blessings are manifesting. So ride the wave, high praise, make power plays. It's gonna pay them for stress what a coward say. They're just projecting regrets in a cloud of haze. They lock us up in the cage in a lot of ways. My words a picture like movies based on a true story. Represent the glory of a place that will move for me. South side, west side, east side, we ride. Dedicated to the lovely place I reach that I am. You are. We are. Hey yo, warriors, champions, victorious. It's all of us for the city of hills. Who else really this real? Spit it from the soul, my flow, give me the chills. For big willies and all the biddies and hills. And all the kiddies, y'all know the dilly, let's build. I am. Hey yo, tired of working a job, slaving for Bob. Swear to God I'll never spend another day in the office where corporate bosses abuse, they force you for extortion. Make a certain amount, then tax you to take a portion. They say you gross 400 a week, they shave 80 off the top, now your budget petite. You got about 13 for the month and rent is 8, Secure the place, but no papes to renovate. Left with 5 for utilities and food to survive. After it's all said and done, you got a buck for your pride. $100 for the month without children or a vehicle. Don't understand it, just let me help you see it through. Our spirit is the most valuable source in a human's life. Peace and deep thought is the course if you're doing right. I will no longer be used to improve your light. A lot of you blew your fuse to confuse what's bright. Hey yo, tired of working a job, but I refuse to rob. Swear to God I'll never spend another day living lawless. Life is gorgeous at all times, more than meets the eye. For 100 years is the most, I feel blessed to be alive, let's keep it real. We barely make it to 25 with plenty ties. In a life worth living to die. Put it like this, you get 170 a week, spend 40 hours at work, another 60 to sleep. Between traveling and eating, now you probably got like 50 left. How's that enough time to rewrite all of our history's mess? 7 hours a day without children or a vehicle. Don't understand it, just let me help you see it through. The most valuable resource is human life. Our only recourse is the force of doing right. I will no longer be used to improve your light. A lot of you blew your fuse to confuse what's bright.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't been doing the education. You ain't been doing the education. You don't have the answers though.
I may not have the answers or the cures of AIDS and cancer. That doesn't mean I won't stand up and make the change to advances. From hand-me-down out the hampers, the Grammys, now I'm a dancer. Celebrating life regardless of the price I can't afford. Time is of the essence, most precious thing to ignore. We must adore the moment, appreciate the allure. Wealthy man isn't always the richest. Having dough is the loneliest business. Find balance and control your decisions. You determine what's right or wrong as far as what you do with time. Society's a game that could ruin your mind. Some say that time is money, but I find it unbelievable. To understand it, just let me help you see it through. Our spirit is the most valuable source in a human's life. Peace and deep thought is the course if you're doing right. I will no longer be used to improve your light. A lot of you blew your fuse to confuse what's bright.
Hello?
with you when it's beneficial. Most pretend official, comprehend the issue. In order to receive, you must spend a fistful. Got what you need, make sure it's reciprocated. All you gotta do is follow the contract as illustrated. Stay on point so the bond is tight, nothing could infiltrate it. We all gain from our dealings, the business makes us related. Base value off integrity and action. Your family is business when you're moving in my faction, that's facts, huh? Proceed with a verbal agreement and spoken contract. Make sure there's no miscommunication beyond that. Avoid contact, show love at all times and keep it double. If you ever step out of line, then kick a rhyme in the huddle. But never break the pocket, we gotta protect our rubble. Build a solid foundation from the bottom that'll bubble. Fitting equal on both sides, we gotta part ties. Everybody wants the benefits while working part-time. Friends with you when it's beneficial, most pretend official. Comprehend the issue, in order to receive you must spend a fistful. Got what you need, make sure it's reciprocated. All you gotta do is follow the contract as illustrated. Some have titles they don't deserve with the nerve to claim such. I suggest you swerve and switch a lane up and duck the lame ducks. Don't risk dignity to gain bucks. If you entertain lust with a stranger's trust, it gets dangerous like angel dust. When relatives get the treatment, cause really there's no exception, I learned my lesson, naive as an adolescent. Treat others how you wanna be treated. As I began reflecting the image and started retreating, bargain depleting. They with you when it's beneficial, don't let it offend your mental. Comprehend the issue, to receive you must spend a fistful. Got what you need, make sure it's reciprocated. All you gotta do is follow the contract as illustrated. Stay on point so the bond is tight, nothing could infiltrate it. We all gain from our dealings, the business makes us related. Base value off integrity and action. Family is business when you're moving in my faction, that's facts, son. Rock the bells, I'm LL bad. My brain stop your shells, I'm Superman's dad, but immune. Smoking the finest kryptonite. From the wound, no I will bloom, son. I've never been a schizo type. The spit flow nice, no way to get doubt that. For any time I fell in life, know I bounce back. I'm out to count stacks, a hustler's ambition. My shit is so crackly with customers' hands twitching. To be a hunter, I had to expand vision. Stay far off the radar, I know the fans listen. They wanna copy this, but don't understand I keep a stash in a floppy disk. Only an NPC could properly flip. Yeah, I ain't studied the game enough to know that. They got the nerve to get mad at the God cause you flow whack. Get off my Bozak, watch a pro rap and produce tracks on Bojack. Before the injury, know your history. You can study this degree for an interest fee. Only thing that interests me, fuck the sympathy. My delivery makes love to the symphony. I burp sound from infancy to infinity, almost instantly. Instinctively made magic without the wizardry. Could move you spiritually and heal your energy. A better version of the ill of me, still dealing with infamy. Took a trip with G and we made this shit in Italy. My ability is a visibility. Nobody in this facility could see me lyrically. They trying to mirror me, but the imagery is gimmicky, acting finicky, lacking symmetry and soliloquies. No liberty for these rappers faking the funk. Another unsolved mystery, swimming lakes in the trunk. Pumps jump up, they feel their face getting lumped. They go to sleep like the tree was laced in the blunt. Say what you want, but I'm on some other shit. Like I'm being trapped by the government and tap my mothership. The FBI crafting these rappers out to clone me. Use my supernatural lyrics to combat the phonies. The one and only.
Superhuman, super soldier, hiding in a super
hero is part human and part supernatural.
This is why you went hip hop.
Up in the sky, it's a bird. Superhuman, super soldier, hiding in a super
Hero is part human and part supernatural.
This is why you went hip hop.
Everybody likes the truth. The truth is good for your brain. And in a society that feeds you so many lies, which doesn't help you grow as an individual at all, this is uncut, raw truth, you know? And that's what the rappers are providing for the people, the real deal. They want to hear what's the problems they're so, because they're problems. The community is going to all hell because poverty and frustration does not mix. So kids are starting to say, look, Pops, all that stuff you were saying, put that aside. We're becoming their heroes. And that's really why the media is in a frenzy, because it's not all on the gangster tip. A lot of it is really political. And that's where the problem stems.
The true story begins in devastation, bad housing, gang wars, and desperation. The first hero of the hip-hop groove, the man who made the people move. From Jamaica he came with a sense of rhythm, and what he brought to the Bronx was a sound system. Music he played made life work, and made him a legend. Let's take a minute and turn back the clock.
I'm gonna take you through a journey, man. It's a little journey. Journey through the stages. Part 1. It all started with Kool Herc in the 70s. The Bronx, New York, to be exact, for proper legacy. Through a party for a sister that resonated incredibly. 2 turntables, Herc became a celebrity. Spun the same record on each plate, the loop, the break. Drums never stop so the dancers could work and shake. See, Herc would move the party, getting live on the microphone. No such things as rappers, he was fit to get them hype alone. Escaping misery for the night, celebrating life. Made something out of nothing once rejected by the disco lights. Streets filled with poverty, unity gave us sovereignty. Music was the one thing they couldn't take for minorities. Influenced Grandmaster Flash and Bambaataa. 2 of the most important DJs created their own sagas. But don't let me get ahead of myself, it's more than Herc. He introduced Coke LaRock, one of the first to spit a verse. Freestyling, rhyming off the top, giving shout-outs, keeping the crowd live on the spot while Herc wild out. Word got around and the buzz was spreading. Was only about time with all the love it's getting. Love Buzz, Starsky, and Cowboy called it hip-hop. Now that it has his name, I can tell the story, so sit locked, so sit locked.
Respect the Kool Herc. Time to do work.
Before rapping, there was cans rattling. Graffiti artists express their struggles on vans passing. We used to breakdance a rockin' into a damn backspin. A love with fashion and expression of the soul, a way of taking control. The Zulu nation was formed when the gangs united. Promoted hip-hop was incited for peace and love when divided. In turn to build trust, growing love for one another. Instead of fighting a war like soldiers that run for cover. It was never about the money or fame, until the corporations noticed and invested for the hungry to gain. Curtis Blow was the first signed artist with a sponsor. To monetize the music, created rap as a genre. Like everything in life, it had the pros and cons. At first it was all good, though exposed to harm. The Sugar Hill Gang pop, dropping rappers that light. Although they big, Grandmaster Caz rhymed to make it tight. That opened doors for Flash and the Furious 5. When Melly Mel spit on the message solidified. We arrived, we arrived.
Respect the Kool Herc.
Realize.
Respect the Kool Herc.
Brothers and sisters, realize.
Respect the Kool Herc.
Realize.
Respect the Kool Herc.
Brothers and sisters, realize.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history.
Some call it dreams, I call it vision. Premonition from intuition, based off decisions we make, which create conditions we're living. Frequencies transmitted in the form of memories. Almost every human that's born is in full control of their destiny. If you match the vibration, don't detach from realization. The universe will shape your path and you can hit the sky racing. Whether it's a wet dream or a nightmare, if you ask for it, it's right there. The law of attraction is quite clear. Sleeping is meditation, cause we're taught it's like turning off your PlayStation for rest. Undermining the fact our subconsciousness will reflect on how we connect with reality. So just take a second to redirect your analogy and dream. Dream, mind, don't fool me. I got dreams. Mind, don't fool me.
I have a dream.
I got
that one day.
Dreams, mind, don't fool me. I got dreams. Mind, don't fool me.
I have a dream.
And I know it sounds crazy, allow me to give examples. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and what you can't do. When I was young I had a dream, I caught a dunk at the gym. Next day it happened when I jumped at the rim. I swear, this one dream, I was chilling with my Uncle S. Hey yo, he blessed me with 2 fresh pair of kicks and a bubble vest. I was hyped, left his house with the sport blue 3s. Months later on their release, I ain't had the cheese. Long story short, they copped an extra pair, just my size. That night in his ride, left his crib like I fantasized. Some dreams become true, while others reflect your energy. We communicate while sleeping, we're all connected kinetically. So keep that in mind when you're lucid dreaming. Used to seeing things in my sleep that had the truest meaning. That information reflects on how I connect with reality. So just take a second to redirect your analogy and dream. Mind, don't fool me. I
still have a dream.
Mind, don't fool me.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
Mind, don't fool me. I got dreams.
But one day,
mind, don't fool me.
I have a dream.
Since dreams reflect reality, can't treat my visions casually. It's like I've been around the world twice, killing mice for a salary. Bit of wars between Reverend and 50 to sign a record deal. I know the day we meet, it'll feel like we're connected still. Backstage with Rock, Ken, BDK, Cool G and KRS. They told me I was next and they blessed me to manifest. Got planning tests, I'm on my quest to be the greatest. Sold out stadiums in Vegas, being famous on the A-list. I'm doing tours with Static, the shows with Acrobatic. Vibing in the stew with Joyner, giving each other pointers. That's the shit I'm dreaming about. And I ain't into name dropping, but crossing paths with the best will help me even it out. Those visions give me clarity and charge my battery. So I implemented my strategy to shift reality. At first, I ain't get it, thought it was all just a fallacy. Till I took a second to redirect my analogy and dream. Pardon me, yo. Shit. I know I don't know you enough, but something just don't seem right, you know? Just wanna see if I can help you in any way, yo. Word. I could see it in her eyes, though there were no tears streaming down from cries. They were screaming out the lies that lie behind. Knew around her way, nobody really knew her. Should've known it wasn't a rumor. Wish I would've met her sooner. The dark clouds are following, blocking the sunlight. Pushing a stroller all alone down the street where bums fight. Something wasn't right, the vibe told me to approach her. Looked confused and abused, so I made a move and got closer. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? Girl, just say it. And they don't hear your cry. Nah, and they don't see those tears. Ooh. Girl, just say it. And they don't hear your cry. Where you from? Who you know? I never seen you here before. I'm trying to come off aggressive, I notice you're feeling low. Don't usually approach, apologies if I'm bothering. But life is what you make it, within control of the authoring. I walked into the store and made a couple of jokes. She cracked a smirk, barely spoke, that's what scared me the most. So I told her, girl, just focus on yourself, my clown's hating. That's when I noticed the bruises were under her foundation. I'm like, yo, with you? Yo, it's bugged out. Just say it. And they don't hear her cry. And they don't see those tears. Couple weeks passed and I ain't see her again. Shit was throwing me off, how she disappeared in the wind. Had to get my mind off it, I took a stroll to the corner store. Cop a pack of Dutchess to burn some more. Grab the telegram and cassette. Detect the sports section so I learned to score. That's when I turned the page and saw her face on the corner's board. It read domestic violence that led to homicide. Took both of their lives cause she was silent, letting drama ride. Who? Now they won't hear her cry. They'll Tit. Say.
It's time to start raising high and watch those arrive that actually match the vibe. 6 feet under the turf ain't a worthy enough prize just to claim that I was sticking by. To claim real, ride or die. But that's just love's view. And I keep learning as I live this life.
We will bloom before the day we meet our doom, yeah. Hoping it will bloom, I pray I never speak too soon, yeah. Hoping seeds will bloom before the day they read my tune, yeah. I hope we aren't consumed before the day that we meet our doom, yeah. My relationships are flowers that been waiting to blossom. Can't escape all the problems. Leaf flake when it's autumn. Least rake up your mistakes. Don't be fake like you ain't got them. I pollinate my faith, planting seeds so it's sprouting. Reaching up to the light, hoping to find peace in life. Of a new fleece at night to keep us warm from the ice. When the seasons start to shift, it gets cold and we rip apart. Split my heart knowing how things change when the pit gets dark. But things move in cycles. Hope spring removes a trifle. Rain wash away the pain so we can gain when it's frightful. The sun rays feel delightful when some days it heals our lifeful. Although the seasons change and fit the cycle, so I'm hoping it will bloom before the day we meet our doom, yeah. Hoping it will bloom, I pray I never speak too soon. Hoping seeds will bloom before the day they read my tune, yeah. I hope we aren't consumed before the day that we meet our doom, yeah. It's vital we keep close, vibrating to feed growth. Take some time for embracing, not racing like speedboats. I've been broke, so I speak hope through the storm. We need folk when the dark clouds are gone. Respond to the deep oath. Keep it true to the soil, if loyal, then it's royal. Protect the roots from the turmoil, don't let the worms spoil what we built from the bottom. Even with all the changes, I hope that our petals blossom. Save the ghetto like it's Gotham, cause love is light reflected on others and keep shining. A steep climbing, but worth preventing a bleak diamond. Through the gloom, focus power, bloom like a lotus flower. Know the end can come sooner than an hour, so I'm hoping it will bloom before the day we meet our doom. Hoping it will bloom, I pray I never speak too soon. Hoping seeds will bloom before the day they read my tune. I hope we aren't consumed before the day we meet our doom, yeah. Lotus. For the babies on the block who be running around, who were chased by the cops for hundreds of miles, for pregnant mothers who would drop by one of these clowns. You can make it to the top, just don't follow the crowd. Celebrate, don't stop like the Apollo was proud. After you give it all you got, you could probably bow. Life is filled with ups and downs, filled with comedy and smile. Pop told her to keep your head up, you'll be floating in the clouds. Heaven and hell are blind dates, depending on your mind state. Bring truth to the music, I do more than just rhyme great. Chills and make your spine shake, build a hill the crime rate. Killing our demons, intervening who define hate. So find peace on your own, know the drugs won't help. Being grown in the zone, none above your health. I sit at home on my throne like I'm something else. And you could never be alone if you love yourself.
Fall together, feel the pain. When you're down, life is great.
Come on, you could be the light that burns inside you. You could never be alone in the night.
Fall together, feel the pain. When you're down, life is great.
Come on, you could be the light that burns inside you. You could never be alone in the night. Just for anybody feeling pain, the broken evolve. Soaking your flaws, knowing some doors that open revolve. What is meant to be is meant to be. Your energy's the remedy, creating destiny. So don't hold for resolve. We are one with the universe, the sun, the balloon, the earth. Know it all from intuition, still I listen, I'm a student first. We're no different from a pigeon that's alone since birth. Don't disown your work, spread your wings and roam this turf. Our only purpose is survival as far as I know. So every chance you get, fly high to make the sky glow. Become your best supporter or your biggest rival. There's two sides to every story you depict your Bible. So find peace on your own, know the drugs won't help. Being grown in the zone, none above your health. I sit at home on my throne like I'm something else. And you could never be alone if you love yourself.
Fall together, feel the pain. When you're down, life is great.
Come on, you could be the light that burns inside you. You could never be alone in the night.
Fall together, feel the pain. When you're down, life is great.
Come on, you could be the light that burns inside you. You could never be alone in the night.
I love y'all. Love each other, forgive each other, help each other, love your enemies. I love you guys.
Hello beautiful, blessed to have you in my circle. They be in the cubicle, the usual optical illusion, illustrating movement, displaying musical, but they be losing you if you ain't stupid. Bring it back, yeah. More or less, I'm born to bless you at the best of my discretion. Take a second to envision up the picture I was sketching, overstretching out the wings. We'll catch a clipping from the Reverend. You follow that too? Yeah. I was just a young lad when you blasted my life, and for the first time I ain't have to think twice. As a little kid I cannot accept, not forever, when I knew that you would be the glue that kept my life together. All the brutal weather, I am armed for Armageddon, cause I know that you embedded in the chambers of my heart. All the dangers of the dark eradicated from the start. And for real, yeah, you couldn't play a greater part.
This feels like summertime in the products before the beef cook. When street crooks provide the clothes in your closet for cheap. Look at the brighter side, despite the pride of false things we idolize. It's like surprise we live in a hell where it's fight the rise. But I advise, live for the truth, it gets sight to the eyes. But we get blinded by the white lies, filled with demise. One thought can shift perception, don't use a gift for transgression. Two folks in the same position, but only one man is stressing. Had to plan my progression, understand with discretion. If we expand on wisdom, the life we're living's a blessing. Enough don't give it attention, perspective creates direction. So I only roll with leaders and none of my piece of henchmen. Steady breaking the mood while they sleep, we're taking control. Every day this opportunity, so get ready to grow. I get the fetty and go, they pay the heaviest dough. How could I fall in love with misery? Some compare me to goats.